Alright, today we are going to be making a Cigar Box Stomp Box. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. On the outside is a cigar box, but on the inside everything was taken out and wired was a 1/4 inch mono jack hooked to a piezoelectric transducer to give us the sound needed for what we're going to do. I did not hot glue this shut just for the sole purpose of I could open it, but it works fine and it'll sound better when hooked up to an amplifier. Alright, we're gonna say goodbye to that one. And our materials that we'll be needing: one cigar box, a high-powered drill, hopefully a really good one, a pair of wire strippers, of course our 1/4 inch mono jack that we're gonna wire, a piezoelectric transducer, a 3/8 inch drill bit, and a hot glue gun, which is currently heating up, just to save me the time. And then if you want a stand for your soldering iron, in this case I'm going to use a professional setup just for the sole purpose of time. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, I am going to take my drill, I'm gonna attach the drill bit to it. I'm gonna do that just one sec. Wrong way. Alright, so now I have my drill bit attached. And now I'm going to, since this, okay. The 1/4 mono jack did not, for me, it did not fit all the way through the box, but you want something that will. So look to get a thinner cigar box on the sides if you're looking to do it from the side, but doing it from the top is better because you just plug it right in there and it's good. So I'm going to take a drill, put a spot on our thing. I'm going to do it right here, and we're going to drill a hole in there. Alright, so our hole has been drilled. We are going to now open the cigar box and clean out all the mess that it made, because it will mostly make a really big mess. I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll go ahead and heat up my soldering iron. And it is heating up really fast. Alright, so we've got it heated up to 750 degrees. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to take our piezoelectric transducer and stretch it out. We're going to get our 1/4 mono jack, our solder. I forgot to mention that in the parts list, sorry for that, but you're going to need some solder and your wire strippers. You're going to find any one spot on your piezoelectric transducer and strip the wire. I would recommend doing it for a fairly good length of the wire. So maybe about that much of it, maybe a little more. I'm going to do a little bit more just for purposes. Come off, won't you? Oh, shoot. Well, I'm going to have to get a new piezoelectric transducer. Alright, so I'm going to start this time stripping the red end. We're going to strip it off like so. It's going to come off, and hopefully your metal point is still on there. Then we're going to take it by the metal point and twist it, so the wires won't get all out of order when you put it on to the jack. Then we're going to strip the black wire. And that one failed. New piezoelectric. It seems like the black wire is always giving me. It seems like the black wire is giving me the most trouble. Thanks a lot, piezos. Man, you can buy a pack of piezo. You can buy about 15 piezoelectric transducers for, I think it was about $5. Alright, finally, I got one good piezo. So like I said, you want the metal end to be showing after you strip the wire. Stupid piezos. Alright, we're going to try this one more time. If I can't get it to work, then I don't know what I'm going to do. That wasn't good. I'm going to try doing that. Alright, it worked. The metal is intact. Alright, now I'm going to do the black end. Please do not fail me this time. Yep, this was a bad piezo. Is this a good piezo? Nope. About this one. Nope. Alright, here's a good piezo. Alright. Please work this time. You stupid little piezoelectric transducer. Alright. Don't fail me. I think I'm going to use a bigger wire hole to strip you. Alright, I got the black one to work that time. Hallelujah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to match my unstripped part with my stripped part. I'm going to match them up, find just about where I stripped it, and strip it. You little... Please. Alright, I think this is my last one. It's sad. This is just extremely sad. I'm going to go down one more just to be sure. Alright, I can't do that. Alright, got that. Alright. Okay. I think it'll work this time. It works this time. Great. Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab our mono jack, unscrew the thing that's going to hold it in place in the box, remove that in the washer, take our jack, we're going to bend that upwards. We're going to bend that back down in a little bit. What we're going to do here, we're going to take this and this. It doesn't matter which one you put it in, but you're going to take your red end and feed it through here. Close it together and twist it. Then you're going to take your black end and you're going to feed it through this end. And, oh boy. That did not work too well. I'm gonna have to solder that back together. Okay. So, I'm gonna put that through there. Twist it on. Now this is going to be kind of a cold soldered thing, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Just one sec, I'm going to have to get the red piezo back in. Yes, you may look at the ceiling. All right, we're back. And now I'm going to show you how to hook up the piezo to your mono jack. You're going to take your jack and your soldering iron. You're going to feed a little bit of solder through one hole of the jack where you put your wires. You're gonna touch the soldering pin to it. If it starts emitting smoke and solders the wire, you're good. The way you test it is, well, you don't really test it, you just look at it. That looks pretty soldered to me. So, since that was my red wire, I'm going to do the same thing to my black wire. I'm going to feed it in. I'm going to touch my wire to it. I think I burned myself a little bit there. It's all good. Now, I'm going to turn off my soldering iron. Since I had everything all set up. Now is when we're going to bend this back into place. Warning, it may get a little bit warm. Now, if you want to, you can add a little extra solder down here. I'm not gonna do that, just because I turned off my iron. And now we're gonna take our cigar box. Sorry. We're gonna take our cigar box and our hot glue gun. We're gonna have our piezo with this side facing towards us. This side's gonna be glued, so we're gonna come over on this box. It's an Avo Uvazian box. So right about in between the MA and the 70, I'm gonna place a lot of hot glue. And then I'm gonna take my piezoelectric, now put it in there. It's gonna get really hot, so it might burn your hand a little bit. For this, I'm gonna use the butt of my wire strippers and push it in. Then I'm gonna take my mono jack and put this in the hole that we made previously. And close the box. But I'm holding on to it with my thumb, so we can put on the stuff for the jack. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Sorry that this video is terrible. But anyway, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna screw the, hang on. Oh, yeah, that works. I'm going to get my, get my washer, put it on, and then comes the tricky part. Get your hexagonal piece and screw it on. Sometimes I like to use a wrench doing this because it just works a whole lot easier. Then once that is on and secure, we're gonna come down here. This part's gonna get a little tricky. It's gonna lay your wires so it looks like that. And you're gonna grab your hot glue gun and you're gonna drip a little bit of glue in the bottom of the box to connect the wires. Then push it in there. All right, we have officially made our Cigar Box Stomp Box. And I'm gonna make sure that is in there tight and secure, and I just burned myself with hot glue. That hurts a lot. I'll be right back. All right, so in this case, I'm just gonna leave the box open so we can look inside and see what's in there. So this box has a latch on it. I'm gonna close the latch, and we've officially made our first Cigar Box Stomp Box. Hooray! Claps, cheers, and applause. I've done a lot more cigar box projects than that. So I'm just going to show you all the stomp boxes I've made. So, this is the one we made. And this is my first one. I hot glued the box shut on this one. I made it a side load, so you plug it in from the side. This one is pretty heavy. I also hot glued this one shut, but I did a top load on this one. And this is by far my favorite one. If you have a box with a lighter color, then you can do this kind of stuff to it. I also made this one a top loader, but I wrote "Kick Me" on the box. Ha ha ha. Then my favorite stomp box is this one. The one I showed you earlier. Open up to this. It is a side loader. But the reason I like it so much is because it sounds a whole lot like a snare drum. Alright, let's plug this sucker in and give it a shot, shall we? Alright, so we're going to give this thing a shot. I wired it to a Cigar Box guitar amplifier. Yes, it is made out of a cigar box, so I'm going to turn it on, dial into tone. It does give off a little feedback if you have it too close. That's without a preamp. I might make another video later to show how to put it in a preamp, but alright, and that is how to make a Cigar Box Stomp Box to accompany your guitar playing or cigar box guitar playing. Thanks for watching, y'all.